All right, let's talk about something we all care about, healthcare. We're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden system that makes sure great healthcare actually stays great. We're unpacking something called the Quality Management Plan. Think of it as the secret blueprint for keeping you safe and getting you the best care possible.
So let's just dive right in with a big question. When it's you or someone you love who needs care, how do you really know that it's safe, that it's going to work? It's the most basic question, right? And you absolutely deserve to feel confident about the answer.
Well, here's the thing, and it's really the whole point of what we're talking about today. It is not luck. Getting consistently good, high-quality healthcare isn't an accident. It's a system. It's a promise. And that promise is backed by a very specific plan. So let's get into what that blueprint for quality actually is. What is this system? Officially, it's called a Quality Management Program, or you'll hear people call it QM for short. Now, the official definition sounds a little dry, a systematic process of monitoring, evaluating, and improving. But I like to think of it as a constant health checkup, but for the hospital or clinic itself. It's this ongoing cycle to make sure the organization is healthy, that it's performing its best, and most importantly, that it's keeping patients safe. And a huge part of this system is how it deals with things when they don't go as planned. The official term for that is an adverse event. That's any unexpected thing that happens that causes harm or, and this is key, even has the potential to cause harm. The whole point of a great quality system isn't just to react, it's designed to learn from these moments so they never, ever happen again. Okay, so if this is the system, who's in charge of it? Who makes sure all of this stuff actually happens? The answer is, well, it's pretty much a team-wide mission. It's not just one person. Let's break that down. Up at the very top, you have the governing body. They've got the ultimate responsibility, and they provide the resources to make it all work. Then you have the administrator, who's kind of the on-the-ground manager for the day-to-day. The director of nursing, of course, oversees all the clinical standards. But then, look at this last one, all staff. This is so important. Every single person, from the surgeon to the person cleaning the floors, is a part of this system. And that really gets to the heart of it. The main takeaway here is that quality isn't just one person's job or one department's problem. In a place that's truly safe, everyone is responsible for safety and quality. Okay, so we know who's on the team, but let's see how this process actually works. When the rubber meets the road, how does this system find and fix problems? It all runs on data. They track things called quality indicators. You can think of these like the vital signs for the entire organization. They look at stuff like patient satisfaction surveys, they track those adverse events we talked about, like falls or medication errors, and they even monitor things like hospital readmission rates. Each one of these is like a clue that helps them see the big picture of how they're performing. And they gather these clues from all over the place. What's so interesting is how diverse the sources are. A huge chunk, you'll see, comes directly from consumer surveys. That means the patient's voice is absolutely critical. But they also use incident reports. They audit medical records. They get feedback from staff. It's a real 360-degree view to see what's really going on. So when a problem is flagged, it triggers this awesome 3-step response. First, obviously, the event gets reported right away. Second, they investigate. Now, this is my favorite part. It's called a root cause analysis. It's basically like a detective story. The goal isn't to find someone to blame, it's to find the real underlying why. What part of this system allowed this to happen? And then finally, once they know why, they create a corrective action plan to make sure it can't happen again.
And that brings us to our last section, which is maybe the most powerful idea of all. This whole system isn't just about fixing what's broken. The real goal is to create a constant cycle of improvement, to make great care even better all the time.
And these improvements aren't just vague ideas on a whiteboard, they're real, concrete actions. We're talking about things like writing new policies to be safer, giving staff extra training on the latest techniques, bringing in new technology that helps patients, or changing a process to make it more efficient. And this really brings us full circle. I wanted to show you this quote because it's so powerful. It says that consumer feedback, your feedback, will be used to identify areas for improvement. It's not a maybe, it's not a nice to have, it's written into the plan. The patient's voice is an official, essential part of what drives this entire cycle of getting better. So when you put it all together, this quality management plan is the hidden engine that keeps good healthcare great. It's a promise of safety, it's a system for learning from mistakes, and it's a commitment to always be improving. So I'll leave you with this thought. Now that you know this system is in place, what questions might you ask your own doctor or your own hospital about their commitment to quality?